I've always been a pretty private person. Sure, I had a Facebook account like everyone else, but I rarely posted. I kept my circle small, used the privacy settings, and mostly just scrolled through my feed to see what friends and family were up to. It was harmless, right? Just a way to stay connected. But something happened last year that made me question everything. Now, I can't even think about logging into Facebook without feeling a deep sense of dread. Here's why. It all started with a friend request. I was winding down after a long day at work, mindlessly scrolling through Facebook, when I noticed a notification. It was from a guy named Tom Ryder. The name didn't ring any bells, but the profile picture was of a guy around my age, with a friendly smile and nothing particular. We had a few mutual friends, so I figured maybe I had met him at a party or something and just didn't remember. I accepted the request and didn't think much of it. That was my first mistake. At first, Tom seemed like a normal guy. He didn't message me or spam my wall with posts. He just blended into the background of my Facebook feed. But then, strange things started happening. I'd post a status update, something vague about having a rough day at work, and within minutes, Tom would comment with oddly specific advice. Like, disturbingly specific. I remember one time I posted, what a day. Can't wait to just relax with some takeout and Netflix. Within seconds, Tom commented, Chinese food and that new crime series, right? Hope it helps you unwind. I froze. How could he possibly know that? I hadn't mentioned what I was planning to eat or watch to anyone, not even my closest friends. I brushed it off as a lucky guess, but the feeling of unease lingered. It got worse from there. Tom started liking old posts, really old posts, ones from years before we were even friends. He would leave comments on pictures from my high school days, saying things like, "You look so happy here," or "This place looks familiar. Was it your favorite hangout?" But the creepiest part was that the comments were always relevant, as if he somehow knew the backstory behind each post. I tried to ignore it, telling myself that it was just some harmless weirdo with too much time on his hands. But then I started getting messages from Tom. At first, they were simple, friendly greetings. "Hey, how's it going?" Or "Hope you're having a good day." I responded politely, but the conversations always left me feeling unsettled. There was something off about the way he spoke, like he knew more about me than he should. One night, I was lying in bed, scrolling through Facebook on my phone, when I got another message from Tom. This one was different. It wasn't a greeting or a casual question. It was a single sentence that sent chills down my spine. "I see you're wearing those blue pajamas again." I immediately looked down at myself. I was, in fact, wearing blue pajamas, the same ones I'd had on in a picture I posted months ago. But there was no way Tom could know that. My heart started racing as I typed out a reply, trying to keep my cool. "How do you know what I'm wearing?" I sent the message and waited, staring at the screen, hoping he'd say it was just a joke or a lucky guess. Instead, Tom replied with something that made my blood run cold. "Because I'm right outside." I bolted upright, my hands shaking as I typed, "What the hell? This isn't funny, Tom." There was no response. I sat there, frozen with fear, for what felt like an eternity. My mind was racing, trying to figure out if this was some sort of twisted prank or if I was in real danger. I mustered up the courage to peek out of my window, but the street was empty. No sign of anyone. I didn't sleep at all that night. The next morning, I blocked Tom's account and reported him to Facebook, but even after that, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. I started noticing strange things around my apartment, small items out of place, doors that I knew I had locked suddenly unlocked. My paranoia grew, and I began to suspect that Tom, whoever he was, might have been stalking me in real life. A few weeks later, I decided to do some digging. I reached out to the mutual friends we had on Facebook, asking if they knew anything about Tom Ryder. To my surprise, none of them remembered accepting his friend request. In fact, after checking their friend lists, they realized they weren't connected to him at all. It was as if he had never existed. That's when I really started to panic. Who was Tom Ryder? How had he found me, and why was he targeting me? I went to the police, but without any real evidence or knowledge of who this person was. There wasn't much they could do. They suggested I stay vigilant and change my online habits. I did more than that. I deleted my Facebook account, changed all my passwords, and even moved to a new apartment a few months later, but the fear never left. I still catch myself looking over my shoulder, wondering if Tom or whoever he was is out there, watching. So yeah, that's why I'm scared of using Facebook. What started as a harmless friend request turned into a nightmare that I'm still living. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that you can never be too careful about who you let into your life, even if it's just online, because sometimes the monsters aren't just lurking in the shadows, they're right there on your friend list, waiting for the perfect moment to strike.